What's going on, review and preview fans? Back at it here with another NBA free agency video. And in this video, I want to talk about the Dallas Mavericks bringing back Kyrie Irving on a big long-term deal. But before I get there, folks, make sure to check us out on all of our social media on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, and TikTok at Review and Preview Sports. Appreciate you all watching here today. And let's get into Kyrie Irving returning to Mavericks on a 3-year, $126 million deal. This is a lot of money. This is north of $40 million per year, which is insane. Kyrie is 31 years old. He's an 8-time NBA All-Star. This is a guy who averaged 27 points per game last year for the Nets and the Mavericks. He was traded mid-season at 5.5 assists per game. The Mavericks also brought back vets Dwight Powell. They signed and traded for Grant Williams for a 4-year, $54 million deal. I think having Kyrie Irving back is huge. You know, pair him in that backcourt with Luka Doncic. I think they're one of the best teams in the West. The problem is I don't think they're better than the Lakers, and I don't think they're better than the Nuggets, unfortunately. They signed Dante Exum, which was good. They brought back Seth Curry for three-point shooting. You know, Kyrie's Duke and Brooklyn Nets teammate formerly. But I don't love the Dwight Powell bringing him back. I think their center position is still a liability. I like Grant Williams. He's a good shooter. He's played in 61 NBA playoff games in his young 4-year career thus far. But I have to tell you, it's going to depend on Kyrie Irving. We know what Luka is going to do. He's going to do his thing, right? You brought some veterans over. Is Kyrie Irving going to be the typical Kyrie Irving? Is he going to sit out games? Is he going to, make a big fuss? We know in Brooklyn there is some issues there. Is Kyrie Irving going to, embrace the role of possibly not being the primary ball handler? It didn't seem to affect him with the Mavericks that much. So I think he should be okay. Again, I think there's a lot to be excited about here if you're a Dallas Mavericks fan. But the issue for me is, what exactly is around these two, right? And how is Mark Cuban going to build this roster into a championship contender during this large window he has with Luka Doncic? I mean, we know Tim Hardaway Jr. is probably that fifth starter in addition to Grant Williams, Dwight Powell, Luka, and Kyrie. But I mean, you got Rashawn Holmes, which is great. They drafted Derek Lively II, so maybe Derek Lively II is their answer at center. I don't know. I mean, you still got Maxi Kleber, who is a nice veteran. He can shoot. And then you have Josh Green. I would say okay year last year. I mean, this is a guy they drafted back in 2020 out of Arizona. He's had very slow development at the NBA level. He hasn't started more than 21 games in a season. So the fact that they, still have Tim Hardaway Jr. starting over him is definitely concerning. I think the issue for Dallas is getting a quality starting five that's going to win you basketball games in the postseason. But I trust Luka, but you got to add the right pieces around him. And we know Kyrie Irving is kind of like another version of James Harden. They bounce around basketball teams. That is what they do. Will Kyrie Irving stay through this 3-year, $126 million deal now is the question. Folks, if you like what you watch, make sure to check us out on all of our social media platforms on Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, and the Anchor. Like this video, ring the bell for notifications, leave a comment if you have any questions, comments on the Dallas Mavericks and Kyrie Irving. And appreciate you all watching today, and I'll catch you all on the next video.